Nick.
Yeah.
What's your topic?
My topic comes from Twitter. It's been a while since we've had a Twitter topic.
That is true.
So I thought I'd go back to it. Someone gave me a really good one. This will be a fun one for you guys. At Magical Ham says, give me the title of each of your biopics or biopics, depending on how you choose to say that.
Right? I've always said it that way.
But going off of Tim's subject, if they were to make a documentary about all of us, or one of us, or each of us individually, what would the name of your biopic be?
I'd always thought when I left college, right, and I was bumming around writing a bit and stuff outside of the newspaper. I had an outline for a book about everything I had done in college, and I was going to call it "I Was a Blue-Haired Antler." But now I've come that could be the college years of me.
Right.
But I've done so much more now.
Right.
Greg's gonna be whacked out beyond belief. The Greg Miller story.
Sure. That's not bad. It's been my pleasure to serve you. It's been my pleasure to serve you. That's a good one.
That's a good one. I would maybe think for you, Greg, it would be Piss and Dixie Cups, maybe.
Piss and Dixie Cups?
Yeah,
that sounds like my country music album.
Yeah. I like to piss in them Dixie cups all night and day for a magical.
All right,
Weird time signature on that.
Yeah, that was weird. Sorry.
Earlier I said you can't spell TMI without TIM.
Oh, that's really
I feel like
good.
there's
That's
something
good.
in
I like
there.
that.
Something's in there.
TIM.
I like-
TMI with TIM.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like all of our monikers or these nicknames that Greg has bestowed upon us famously would work very, very well, especially for Colin, the
Pride of Long
Long Island.
I don't know if I can in the real world.
That's
I
why
can't
it's
see
funny.
that because
It's
Billy Joel or
hilarious.
Jerry Seinfeld, someone's gonna punch me in the face.
Oh, fuck them. What, are they going to come to your door and punch you in the face? Billy Joel's not punching anyone in the goddamn face.
Billy Joel's
I'll
a nut
fuck
job.
Billy Joel up.
Oh, I don't
for
know.
you.
You will.
Oh, he's old, brother.
He's old. That's sure. I'm seeing him in September. Very excited about it.
I'm spry. Jerry Seinfeld hasn't. He's not going to punch.
I don't know. I just don't. I feel like it's that was a name given to me. So if someone wanted to name the documentary that they made about me, I guess I would allow it. But if it was a documentary that had any power, and I was like, I can't in good faith let you name me this because this is what I'm called here on the internet. But there are certainly, quite a few people from Long Island that might take issue with this. including people that are actually significantly famous for things that they actually did.
But they don't have documentaries about them.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I'm gonna go for you. This is the easy answer. Colin was right.
That's good.
That's really good.
I like
That's not
Producer
bad.
Seducer though.
I mean,
Like-
Producer Seducer would work for me.
Story of seduction.
Yeah, and production.
That's the tale. In parentheses.
And
And a little bit of production.
But I would want it if someone made a documentary about me. I would want it. I would want to write it, and I would want it to be completely false, just completely nonsensical and completely like.
Seems like the opposite of a biopic.
But wouldn't that be more fun? Like, well, I assume this is cool. We did some cool shit, but like, I would love it much more if it was like every other story was me like going into space or saving children in space or like putting out a fire in space.
That was a scary day for all of us when that school bus got into space.
Thankfully, Nick was just there. I don't know how he was. Why he was
NASA
in
organized
space.
very quickly to get them back down.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Magic school bus spiraling out of control.
That's hilarious. Producer Studios would be that'd be good for me. I think.
yeah, that is good. Pretty much famous on the internet.
Yeah.
I
Internet
want that
superstars
for-
would be good.
Internet superstars, I like that.
Internet superstar. The pure one for Tim is amazing.
It's
It
good.
sounds
It's a
like
good
it
name.
sounds
I
like
don't
a
know if it's
wrestler.
good.
The pure one, yeah.
It does.
You can see that. The pure one.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Tim
a good
Gettys.
name for a documentary about.
No,
me.
we know. We're not sold on it yet.
The pure one, the untold story. It's always the untold story.
But I mean, like, I feel like my story's going to be pretty well told.
Yeah, all of our stories.
Yeah,
They're all
like
documented right here.
That's why I got to make some shit up. You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah. If we got to fill the gaps.
What if they try to corroborate it? Though?
Who the hell? Who's gonna do that?
I don't know. Someone.
Then that's the glorious part about the world we live in is
No
that
one's fact checking.
people fact check, but they can never really.
It took them 30 years to catch Brian Williams. You think they're
Exactly.
going to catch us when we put out a documentary?
Here's
That
the
dude's the head of the. He prints his own money. I don't know. We heard a funny a new radio report where he's like, never mind. It's not gonna
That
work.
dude prints his own money.
No, they were
The fuck does that
they were
mean?
making fun of him because they were like, here's his new resume, and as part of his resume, it was like, fee doesn't need to be negotiated because true story, I'm the head of the Federal Reserve Bank, and I can just print my own money because it was just a bunch of lies, obviously, because he told a bunch of lies.
he's a liar.
He's not a truth teller.
He'll bounce back.
You see, the thing about documentaries, and like we talk about, Greg's documentary, Complete Nonsense, the Greg Miller story, is that the reality is if we ever did a documentary where they were like, oh, let's go back and talk to Colin's teachers or something like that or whatever. They'd all be like, who the fuck are you talking about? It's been 20 years. I've had thousands of pupils since then. He was a very unremarkable person, clearly. It would only really start maybe after college or something where people would really probably remember me, except for my friends and family, of course, and people I interacted with. But I don't think you're gonna like walk up and find some interesting story. Oh, my 8th grade science teacher would be like, you remember Colin Moriarty? And I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Get away from me.
Why did we have the old timer voice and the teacher didn't? The teacher had our voice. Hey, Colin Moriarty.
Oh, that's a good
Who the fuck is he?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Because
we're
doing this documentary when we're 80. Right after you decided to just take yourself out of the equation.
No,
Okay.
It's funny you say that though, because I think for me, and I think this is because I've been trying to do this for so long that like it would be if you talk to any teacher I ever had, they would be like I often think about that. Like I would love to go back to my middle school or high school teachers and just be like, here's what I'm doing now, because I think all of them would be like,
That makes sense too.
you somehow made this work. That's crazy. And like I feel like tons of teachers like they would, and again like I think you're talking more about like college professors that have had thousands or what. I mean, I guess everyone, they would too. Have had a lot of kids in that
big
time
high school
period.
and definitely a lot of churn. I assume.
But I feel like my high school teachers would have a bunch of Tim and Alfredo stories. Like I think that we definitely kind of hit them with the like, God, these kids are ridiculous and stupid.
them outta here.
Yeah,
Just
And
pass
it's like
them.
now we're doing this shit. So I feel like it would actually work well for the documentary. They'd be like, all right, like I have stories of when Tim used to have people sign autographs. Like when Tim and Alfredo set up a autograph booth. And
remember
people
this,
signed them.
Yeah.
And it's like, why?
Kevin was number
we
one.
had
in
done
line, wasn't
nothing. We just told people we were important. I tricked you all.
Isn't that the internet in general?
Yeah, I mean, that really is.
Isn't that what
And it's
every
like,
celebrity poses to do?
Yeah.
I'm very important. You should care about me. I think that guy's important. We should care about him.
I mean, we just printed
So I got
pictures of
you.
me and him looking all
you got me.
sexy and shit.
I
They
like.
literally said too damn sexy.
How
on
did
them.
you guys have photos and we don't even have photos from when we go to cons?
I don't know. I mean, well, we printed them at Kinko's.
Oh, okay,
There's
that makes more
pieces
sense.
of paper.
Okay.
but-
Which, by the way, we easily could also do.
Yeah, do we? I want
No,
glossy
they have
paper.
nice glossy paper at Kinko's.
How much that gonna cost us?
It's probably like 50 cents a print.
Shut up,
something like
Kevin.
that. I like the idea if they ever do the Kind of Funny documentary. Colin has this phrase, which I think is hilarious. Largely irrelevant.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious. Kind of funny. Largely irrelevant.
Completely irrelevant.
Is it
what I think
completely
was.
irrelevant?
It's completely.
He said largely one time, and I was like, that's funny, because we're kind of relevant.
We're kind
But
of relevant
in
a
general,
way, I guess.
we're
a way, I
we're
guess.
irrelevant, completely irrelevant. Which I like. That's actually a better name for a documentary. Completely irrelevant. The Kind of Funny story.
That's pretty good.
Done.
Okay.
Let's make that 20 years from now, after Kevin's our bosses and fires us all.
I
That
feel
would be
like
interesting.
for Greg and for Colin too, but I feel like specifically for Greg, because you are the biggest of us, personality wise, and
Team
physically.
Tallest.
Physically,
physically,
and figuratively speaking.
I feel like there's something to be like we have kind of funny, and that the kinda can kind of fit anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, and you can just add kind of anything else, and it could be the title of something. But I
Kind of
feel like-
brotato.
What?
Kind of brotato.
Kind of brotato was not the direction I
Just
would go.
it's Braintree. Can't get
Okay,
it wrong in the
okay,
brain
okay.
trust
What's
tree.
a brotrado?
What was that sound?
What is in a brotato?
But I feel like Beyond it would be a good starting point for something, because it would be kind of more like a
And Per
little,
Schneider's coming at you with the
winky,
tin cup, won't he?
a winky. We're not the ones making the documentary.
Oh,
Someone
okay,
else is
okay.
making it. Whatever. But I mean, maybe IGN will make it. I'm going to assume IGN's going to make it.
Okay.
Sean Finnegan over at IGN.
One of the coolest things IGN ever did was the documentary they did about IGN at 10.
Oh, yeah, the 10
Remember
years
that? When they
thing?
brought everybody back to interview them? That was awesome.
that was
a really, cool
really,
idea.
really, really cool.
I think I shot that.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I think I made that documentary. It's a 3-parter.
I also really appreciate the documentary behind the scenes of the Halo
Oh yeah, that was
April
fun.
Fool's video.
Yeah, a lot of
was
people
well
made fun
done.
of me for that, but we did those. That was cool. We had I think Amy came and shot footage for that.
That was
Yo,
really
what
good.
up?
It was good. But I feel like Beyond the Something would be good for yours.
Thunderdome.
Beyond the
Thank you.
Thunderdome.
Beyond the Mat. Is that
All right,
taken?
it's taken too. Yeah, it's taken too. That's a good documentary too.
That was a good documentary, actually. Who was that? Oh, wait, who was that for?
That's for movie theaters.
No. Was it around a specific wrestler, or was it just wrestling?
Oh, they did a bunch of wrestlers. I mean, Mankind and Rock were like the key components
Beyond
of
the
it.
Mat.
Yeah.
Because there's one right now that's on my Netflix queue for Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh, that's a really good one too.
Yeah, I
Because
wanna watch that.
they're following him as did all the Montreal Screwjob and everything else.
I don't know. I
Won't ruin it for you then.
It looks like
Go
yeah.
watch
it
it.
looks
Watch
like
it
it
tonight.
follows it. I will.
Talk to me tomorrow about it.
Okay.
Right now, I'm going to talk to you guys about Squarespace. They were nice enough to sponsor this breakout. Thank you very much, Squarespace. If you didn't know, Sites look professionally designed regardless of skill level, no coding required, intuitive and easy to use tools. Squarespace has state-of-the-art technology powering your site to ensure security and stability, trusted by millions of people and some of the most respected brands in the world. Starts at $8 a month, and you get a free domain if you sign up this year. We use this.
We do.
We built our
We're
site
one of
with
the
this.
trusted brands that they were talking about.
Oh, really?
Oh, no doubt about it.
They're thinking about us. They're thinking about Kind of Funny when they talk about this.
Trusted brand.
We're stupid, so if we could build a site with it, don't worry about it. Start your free trial of the site today with no credit card required at squarespace.com. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure you use the offer code KINDOFFUNNY, all one word, to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace. Build it beautiful in Squarespace, of course. Thank you so much for sponsoring this show, helping us get crazy. What's super exciting, too, is that there's this new thing going on, Tim. It's called Vulcan Deck Masters, and it's now powered by Squarespace. Release I have here says our premier online Hearthstone event, Vulcan Deck Masters, is now powered by Squarespace. Vulcan Deck Masters is a 2-season event for $100,000 in combined prize pool with open qualifiers starting on June 8th and a round robin. What are you doing?
I'm making your mouth.
Oh, thank you. Oh, because you can't see it.
Yeah.
Round robin league play beginning June 22nd. The events will be broadcast on
put it down just a little bit.
Twitch.tv.
No, up a little bit. Up a little bit. Right there. Go.
On twitch.tv/VulcanHS starting in just about 1 hour. So there you go. That's happening. That's cool. Squarespace doing that. They're getting out there. They're getting into the gaming now.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Good for them.
And good for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
Thank
for
you
you
so much.
indeed.
Good for you.
For watching this episode of the Game Over Greggy Show. It's always our pleasure. If you didn't know, each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring. That's okay, Porty. Don't worry. What's happening? Each bring a random topic of conversation for your amusement. If you like that, you can get the whole show over at patreon.com/kindafunny each and every Friday for free. Then, if you don't want to give us any money, no big deal. You want to watch it again? Cool. Go to youtube.com/kindafunny day by day, topic by topic as we put it up, leading to the entire show going up on Friday as an MP3 and video.
Is it distracting when I touch things in front of you while you're trying to outro?
Well, I can't see what you're doing. I just saw and I saw you doing stuff to the phone and then him laughing. That's what was distracting. The combined idiocy.
Does it ever distract you how unprofessional, just completely unprofessional, like the three of us are?
It's really you.
Tim's pretty. Look at what Tim's doing to the camera right now.
Tim's making love to the camera. Kids love that about him.
What I make love
I
to
don't
the camera.
see anybody
you say
ever
it's
be. It's
disgusting.
great when Nick looks off at Kevin and has these moments that we don't see. That's great. No, make all the camera faces you
I'm
want.
very professional.
You are.
I don't disrupt and interrupt people. I'm sorry to have to.
So now
report
you're
it.
doing that like brown nose shit, like you do to your mom when like, hey, like I've never tattled on anybody. I just wanted to point that out
Yeah,
there.
I just want to let you know.
That's why I need
never
that
told
NES
on
card.
Anyone ever? I've never been a snitch, Mom. Mom, I'm not a snitch.
Until next week, it's been our pleasure to serve you.